Hello again, Airsofters. This will be another review on a personal gun of mine. This is the G&G GR4 G26 with pneumatic blowback. This gun is basically G&G's attempt to bridge the gap between their combat machine blowbacks and their top tech blowbacks. Now, I know G&G's made a few guns that are similar to that tried to do the same thing, the GR16 and the GR15, the 15 being the one with the rail system and the 16 being the one with the regular handguard. But this is their new venture, and along with the GR100Y and the Rush, which I would have to say are both incredible guns. I don't have them with me, but because I chose this one. Now, the gun comes stock with almost everything you see, except for the M-Bus flip-up rear sight and the M-Bus flip-up front sight and the Noveske amplifier. You can see the little flaming hog. Now, the thing I want to talk about with this one, primarily, is that this is a polymer body, but it's G&G's new polymer, kind of like the kind that they have on their F2000s, which I used to own. Incredibly sturdy. It almost feels like metal until you start to touch it. Then you realize that it's polymer. And from a distance it looks almost like it's metal, just with a really flat black paint job. So this gun is 100% polymer. The only thing that's metal, well, the only things that are metal are the buffer tube, as it should be, the outer barrel, the inner barrel, the trigger, and the trigger guard, as well as the sling point attachment and the bolt release. Now, this gun has electric blowback, but it uses pneumatic, which means it uses air pressure to push this dummy bolt back. When you have BBs in the magazine, the bolt will go back more, and when you can close this bolt, and when you're shooting it with BBs in the magazine, the bolt will just open by itself and start doing its thing. If you don't have BBs in the magazine and this is closed, it will not open. That's one indicator to tell that you don't have BBs coming out of your gun. Also, you could just, look to see if BBs aren't coming out of your gun. But that's basically just, the blowback system is just for kicks and giggles. It looks cool, but it's a realism thing, but I'd say it's just for kicks and giggles. Now, the mag that comes with it is the new G mag, as they're calling it. The difference between the G mags and the old mags is that they have textured grip to them, so you can grab them and just pull them out. It's actually really nice, and they feed well, and other than that, they're actually a polymer mag, but they feed really well, and G&G's, I guess, is just going with this more polymer route because it's more cost-effective for them, and it's more cost-effective for the consumer. This stock is probably one of the coolest things I've seen. It's just like the MOE CTR stocks, because it has this locking mechanism, so there's no wobble, but it's got this rubber cheek pad, so if you shoulder it, it's just really comfortable. You can almost fall asleep on it sometimes if you're laying prone too long, and it locks into place easily. It does not, in the fully pushed in position, lock in. You have to pull it back, that'll come down, and then you just pop it in and it's locked. The other cool thing about this is the fact that you can store your batteries in here if you're running tactical lights or lasers. This gun only comes with an upper rail. I have a lower rail added just for angled foregrips or vertical grips or whatever I want to put on here. If a grenade launcher, if I ever want to, I don't know why. This is a CQB gun. You can also add rails to the side through these slits. Just using the Magpul rail system that you can buy. They're just little pieces. Now, these M-Bus sights I want to talk about are really quite nice. I know a lot of people have done reviews on the M-Bus, but they match up absolutely perfectly. Your sight picture is 100% spot on, and I've noticed my accuracy go up by at least 20% since I've started using these, as opposed to the stock one, which I'm not even going to show you the stock one because the M-Bus is on top of it. It's just a flip-up sight built into the rail, and it's too high. So if you actually use a flip-up sight, like I put the rear M-Bus on and found out it was too high, so I had to buy a front M-Bus. If you use optics, I don't know if that problem will happen, as I don't have an optic and I will not put one. But just be wary of that. And it's actually kind of a really poor sight because it's just a little nub, just one little nub sticking up, and it looks really stupid. The pistol grip is what looks like a Magpul MOE grip. It's not. It's closer to the Tango Down style, but it's extremely comfortable. The mag release is super solid, and it's got a Phillips head in it, so you don't have to worry about breaking yours like you did with the MOE that I had in a previous video. Now the battery actually goes up here, and you just pull this front pin forward, this front pin, and you push up and pull off, and that's it. And you just drop your battery in. I've fit minis, I've fit nunchucks, I've fit all kinds of goodies in here. Reassembly is super easy. You just line it up and make sure. Oh, there are these little teeth on here. I don't know if you can see them. Little teeth. You gotta make sure those line up correctly, otherwise it won't sit in there. And the difference between this one and the other version that has the light and the laser is that because there's no laser down here, or light down here, excuse me, you actually have extra room to fit your battery in, because on the light and laser version it's slightly intrusive. Besides, the light is just a poor car LED light and it's not very bright. You can watch other reviews on it, and I know the laser that goes up here that you pull out and turn, it breaks very easily. You can still turn this one and pull it out and do whatever you want, but it won't do anything. It's just to help pull your front handguard off. The last thing that I installed that I already talked about is this Noveske amplifier. There's a lot of reviews on this that it makes sort of a popping noise. Sorry. I wouldn't say it's a popping, I'd say it's more of an echo. And I did a test with a friend, actually a colleague, I should say, Ghost from PhantomWerx, and he said it's more of an echo, and I would agree. If you semi a lot, it sounds poppy, but if you full auto, it sounds more like an echo. Now there is no functioning bolt catch, so this is going to come back. There is that, regular bolt catch thing. It doesn't work. It's just there to keep the gun together for stability. And the charging handle is skeletal, so it's got these two holes in them. I guess it's just to lower the weight by just a micrometer or a microgram or whatever G&G wanted to do. Now, I would say this is a CQB gun. It looks almost regular M4 length, but it's really not in real person. It's very short. But overall, fantastic gun. Rate of fire is great. The groupings are fantastic. I've heard people talk about how you lose FPS with the pneumatic system. Honestly, this outshoots a lot of guns. It's just phenomenal. I got mine for around $200, after discounts, you can buy them anywhere for probably the exact same. Just really, really great guns. If you just want to have a little fun, fake MOE in your arsenal, if you don't already have a real MOE, feel free. I mean, pick these things up. They're fantastic. The one thing I do want to talk about before this video ends is there is a functioning forward assist. Forward assist does work. It releases the tension in your gearbox, and it decompresses your springs so that you don't lose FPS. This will be the conclusion of the review of the G&G GR4 G26.